something in the evening, something that would theme with the dogs and the whole thing. I think that would be
Well, if we
really
do it,
cool.
if we do it in October, we could do something, like Barktoberfest instead of
That would be
Oktoberfest.
fantastic.
And then we could have a couple vendors and it could be for the dogs and, yeah,
For the dogs.
right, yeah, bring your dog, dressed up or whatever and do all that and then have her there and, and have all that going on. That could be fun.
That's a great idea.
Definitely something that we can plan. Cool. Let's see, other than that, I think that's good on the event. As far as future enhancements to the dog park, I would like to continue looking at agility equipment.
Okay.
I know Scott did that for us. I could maybe reach out to him personally and see what he came up with. If he didn't have anything concrete, then I can start over and see what's available. But we have these funds available from the fundraising and we certainly should use them for something now. As you say, the lights are in, that's over with. We can all relax. It's been.
You guys wanna do that on your
You're-
end? You want me to do that on mine?
We'll do that on our end. We have those funds to work with and obviously, we use them for something. And I think that's a good thing to look at. We can do some of the, the tunnels, shorter ones, maybe one of those, smaller ramps that the dogs do, and things like that. Because at least on the large dog park, and I can't speak for the small dog, but on the far end there by where the hose is, there's a lot of unused space. No one really goes down there, especially in the summer,
Where the grass stays good.
where the grass is beautiful and green.
Right,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Everyone hides under the tree. Right. I'll give you something to do with that end, because
Right.
we're not really using that grass. So, but yeah, everyone hides underneath the tree right now. As
Right.
it's Florida, I get it, but I look at that space and go, we're gonna use it for something, So I think that would be a fun little area to put some of that stuff. And then small dog park, we can look. Was this person small dog park? I don't know them personally, but
Yeah, I've never met Eagles, so,
Okay.
that's something I could find out. I
Just
was hoping he would be here so we can kind of.
yeah, I was hoping they were small dog park too, so we could kind of see, okay, do you have an area like that that's really not used because you don't have a lot of shade? And then we could go that route. Obviously, a little bit smaller for the small dogs, but from what I've seen and looking at agility equipment, it's not that unreasonably priced anyways. And it's pretty, I think the worry was that they were gonna destroy it, but it's made for dogs. I think it would be a good thing, so. That's my input on future enhancements. Anything, Sue, that you'd like to see in either side?
I think the agility equipment is a great idea for the dog park because dog parks have a tendency to become meeting places for a lot of people and they just turn their dogs loose. My thing is I want them to be engaged with their dogs and learn how to have fun with their dogs instead of just turning their dogs out and standing and talking or watching their phone all the time. So I just think it's a real plus for the dogs for sure. And it's going to be for the owners too, because they just, they'll get a different relationship with their dogs when they start messing with them like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good distraction for the dogs too, because when these dogs go in, and again, I can only speak for the large dog park, but it becomes kind of social hour. And a lot of people just let their dogs, this is their exercise hour for their dogs, but they're not exercising them. They just kind of come in and hang out. And that may get them out there doing things with the dogs instead of sitting there where they're all conjugated in one area. And then that leads to issues like fights and things like that, and the
Well,
digging and things
Yeah,
like that. that we can
I
also do.
absolutely agree. A lot of owners need to know how to have fun with their dogs. They really don't. And sometimes you have to throw out some ideas to them. I have worked at rescue before where I'm showing dogs that need to be adopted. And so many people just have no clue of the things that they can do with certain breeds. And I go, well, let's go out. I want to show you what a dog will do with a Frisbee, or I want to show you what this dog will do. And it's like, oh, I never thought about that. I want you to know that AKC offers junior exhibitors. You can have a dog that is a mixed breed in AKC now. There's all kinds of myriad things for people to do with their dogs.
Sorry, guys.
Bye.
Do we know the balance of the funds in that the dog park has?
I don't know the exact balance, but last I was told somewhere around 16,000.
It was 16, but it was very, because first it was 18, then it was 16. So now I'm trying to, the exact number, do not know.
Can we find that?
Definitely. I think Jill knows the exact number.
So I think we discussed that one.
Yeah, I can just email her.
What kind of account does that live in?
That'd be a question for you.
That would be a Lauren question, because I know that there's no like pot where every, you know, I mean, I guess everything was funneled into one little pot.
Yeah.
So now that's where they're trying to figure out where it went. So that's where we're trying to figure out, like, where is the exact
Okay.
money is and then how much it is.
Yeah. Because if it's not, that's good to know, because if it's not in one single area and, you know, we decide, okay, we're gonna pull out
Yeah.
$4,000 for agility equipment, where are we pulling that from and how long is it gonna take?
Exactly.
I think they have a spreadsheet. And on the spreadsheet, it has all the contributions that were made and then all the expenses that were out of that. And that's where your number is. But you're right, Danny, it's not really a
Yeah.
dog park fund, but it's in there and it's allocated.
Cool. Well, welcome.
Thank you for that.
Are you on the small dog park side?
Sorry?
Are you on the small dog park side?
I have it all.
Okay, so, we're talking about enhancements for the dog park. We have been talking about agility equipment potentially, because we have funds to use and we can do that. Is that something that you think the small dog users would enjoy? Or is there something else that you would like to see on that side? Like more shade of some kind? I know you guys don't have those giant trees like we do on the big.
Yeah.
So if that's something that would be
Mm-hmm.
better for you guys, then. I have a German Shepherd. He loves to go through tunnels.
Yeah.
If you have a Chihuahua, he might not. He might not. So, you know, they have different, you know, different ideas of fun.
I have nothing in mind, yes. To me, that is perfect. I don't know. Don't have nothing in mind.
Okay.
New things, no.
Sounds good. Well, I think that's a good place to start then, for sure. I would maybe like to look at more shade for the small dog park. I know that's been an issue that they've talked about a couple times, that they don't really have anywhere to sit on the super hot days and for the dogs to hide. And when dogs get super hot, they start to dig. So other than that, dog park update. First thing I would like to ask before you go into your thing is lights are in and working as designed? Yes. Perfect. That's all I had a question. Go right ahead.
Other than that, we seem to be doing pretty good out there. We have a proposal that we're looking at for replacing, of course, the patch areas that we need to work on.
Okay.
Towards the back end by the cameras, almost by the timeout pits back there. That little hidden.
Right where you're walking in,
And yes,
where the dogs come in.
yep.
Okay.
But,
To the right there?
yep,
Oh, all right.
hidden back there. It's a little worn out, patch right there. Either because of shade cover
Probably.
and leaves
Yeah.
building up back there. And, also the hole digging areas, which, I have, the landscaping company. They went in and they fixed those, sprinkler heads.
That we're leaking.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's a deeper issue, right?
Yeah.
Because
Why did they leak?
digging and biting
Yeah.
those sprinkler heads, right?
Right. Yeah, they're leaking because dogs are.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're trying to plug those, and right now that's what just happened. They were plugged. And we're gonna try and find a better sprinkler head once we fill that in.
Okay.
So we'll come up with a better sprinkler head solution there. Other than rotors, to try and fill that in.
Where did we leave off with the rocks?
that's where I'm at right now.
Because I know that was a point of contention month after month.
And this is the price tag that we're looking at.
Yeah, say it out loud for the recording.
Yeah,
$6,675.
Yep.
And that is for how many square feet? It says,
That would be just for the sitting area.
okay, so 500 square feet, it looks like it's showing here.
Yep. Just the sitting area.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all that covers. Anything above and beyond would, of course, increase the price.
Yeah.
And, of course, that's 5,500. That would cover the actual Seminole chip.
Mhm.
And then another 1,100, which would be covering the damage of the path of the structure, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
Leading up to the gravel pit.
Leading up to it, okay.
Yep.
What kind of rocks are you?
It would be the same that's in the small dog park,
Is it the
the
DG,
smaller ones.
the decomposed granite? Is that DG?
It's 3/4 Seminole chip.
They're not pebbles, they're
No, it's
pieces.
the
They're
same. Yeah, it was the
Because I know
same.
that
stuff.
that's what they use in a lot of the dog parks, because
Right.
they don't tend to dig.
Yeah, it was the same stuff that we have on the small dog
I
side.
haven't been down there, my dog.
Oh,
It's the same stuff that was in there before.
correct. Yep.
So, and this was before I was even on the committee, but from my understanding, in the original contract, the resod, it was stated that those same rocks would be used. That, I don't know if they take them out and then resod and then put in fresh, or they're just gonna leave them there. I'm not sure why they were changed to begin with.
Those will come out. That, what's there.
No, I
in
mean
that
originally.
area Will come out.
Originally, I guess I'm trying to figure out why these rocks were put in the first place and whose pocket that $6,000 should come out of.
This would be coming out of the dog park committee.
Okay.
That's what was understood. Yeah, that's what.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because from my understanding with speaking with Paul and Jill and all them, was the original contract that had said that the same rocks would be installed with the resod, but obviously that didn't happen. We have these different rocks.
It didn't happen due to maintenance reasons.
Okay.
When,
I didn't know if it was supply chain or what,
no, it was maintenance reason and cost reasons.
Okay,
These are a little bit more expensive.
sure.
They're not found locally.
Yeah.
They're not found locally. They're exported,
Okay.
so to speak.
Yeah.
We had to get them shipped in
Bring
from
'em in.
further out.
Okay.
So,
So that's a decision that really has to be made by us if, we want to forward that money for that, for those rocks.
correct.
Okay.
So when we are able to make that decision, so we would have to say, we want to do a recommendation to the board
Right,
to
yeah.
spend such and such amount of money.
Yeah. And that would be our proposal to send the board. Okay.
Would that be out of dog park funds or operating funds?
Dog park funds, yeah. That was the
It
issue.
can be either, I'm just asking.
This
Yeah.
amount?
Yeah.
No, this would be out of
The funds, dog park.
the dog park
Okay,
actual funds, yes. This wouldn't be out of Crow funds.
but that just needs to be clear.
Yep.
How come? Just curious.
Because there's something that is being requested by the committee. And it's something that, when we brought this to the attention of Lauren was very clear when she said, we're not changing that rock. Other than if there was specific,
They didn't deem the small rocks, I guess, in the large dog park necessary.
right,
Even though there have been injuries within the dogs and their paws and things like that. They're not deeming those rocks necessary unless we had a letter from, I believe it was an AKC registered vet. Or something to that effect.
she was asking
Yeah.
for documentation on that.
Yeah, just saying that this is something that's necessary for the dogs to have.
So that's what's in there now. So what you're gonna put in is what's in there now. You're just gonna add, or was in
No,
there and you're gonna.
What
add
we're
that.
putting in right now is what's in the small dog park.
Okay, and that's
They're
acceptable?
much smaller. What's in the large dog park now, or can be anywhere from there up to there.
Which is not.
And they're very sharp edged, and we've had cuts and stuff on some of the smaller of the big dogs.
Is the current rock coming out? Or is this going on top?
No, there's the current rock in that seating area will come out. Yep. For it to be done correctly, that's.
I had a question about, in regards to rocks and all that kind of stuff. In the large dog park, would we be able to get a quote on what it would cost to remove rocks and just not replace them with rocks? Remove rocks in that rocked area that's further out on the right. If you're looking straight down the dog park, there's that whole rocked area with the trees. And it just seems like wasted space to me. If we were to remove those rocks
You're
and
talking about
nod
the
there,
island?
yeah, kind of the island,
Okay.
because they're the same large rocks.
Mhm.
Whether we do this replacement or not, those are gonna remain.
Mhm.
Would it be possible to remove some of those rocks, say half of them, and sod there instead? And you'd have more room in the dog park for dogs to actually use. Because what I can tell you from that dog park is that not a single dog goes on those rocks. You throw a ball over there, they go around it. Because they know, because it hurts to walk on. So what if we replaced it with grass instead of rock?
I could get the proposal, but I can't make that. I
Is
can't
there,
make that promise.
is there irrigation there even?
Yeah, it could be a no, I just
that
had
would
no
have
idea.
To be part of the proposal,
To
Okay.
add irrigation for that?
100%.
Yeah.
Because that's not, I'm sure that's not meant for irrigation, it just wants it.
It just, looking at it day after day, it's like, what is this being used for, this space of rocks?
Right.
Just a thought. But we'll tackle that first. We'll worry about that first. You got anything, Sue?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Is there, sorry, do you want to move with the rocks now? Is someone going to motion for the rocks now to put something forward to the board, or do you need more time on that?
I think we need more time on that.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, no, you're
I'm
not.
not trying to encourage one or
Yeah.
the other.
Is that something, because we're meeting every other month, correct? Or
Whatever we
meeting
do, we have to get a recommendation, so I want to make sure, definitely, we can do it. We do online, we do,
That's what I'm
but
about to ask, yeah.
we could do that.
Okay.
But if you want to look into it more, then it's better to know what we're getting into before we start making any kind of votes.
Yeah, you could by email, I'll
Okay.
do that
Yeah.
and get it in front of. And the
That's
board
fine.
meeting is tomorrow, so it's not happening.
Yeah,
Friday.
right.
Email that your way.
Yeah, that'd be great. I kind of just want to ask the people of the dog park, without giving too much specifics.
Mhm.
Is this something that is going to be a make or break for you guys, or is this something we can live with? Because it's a lot of money, and it could go to other things. That might dictate how much agility equipment we can buy one way or the other.
Exactly.
So which would you rather have? Another area of the park to use? Where you can enjoy your time, there's no rocks at all, or, better rocks. I've never had issues with the rocks personally, but I have very large dogs. So they don't cut their feet, but I know that people have, so. Yeah, I'll just ask the regulars, there's probably 50 or 60 regulars there every single day, so. And we'll go from there. That's all you got?
I think that's it for now, unless you got something for me.
You guys, anything from the small dog park?
Yes, I know.
Everything good?
Fine, yeah.
Everything good over there?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is my first meeting. I'm just,
Yeah, welcome.
I need to listen,
Yeah, no problem.
before I make some suggestions. Yeah.
You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Engels. I live here for 40 years and a half. I'm from Brazil. And yes, I hope that I live here for a more long time in the future. I love to live here. Thank you for the opportunity to meet you.
Awesome. Thank you for joining.
Anything, Sue?
Yeah, this is completely kind of off the subject, but The last article, the article that's in this month is called The Long and the Short of It, talking about retractable leashes. And who changed
I like
the ar-
that.
who changed the article?
To change the article.
Change the article?
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot left out of it.
Oh.
Right, this, I'm not aware of that, so usually how we do the chain of command would be, we would vote on person to write it, the person would write the article, send it to the chair would look over it, and then send it to either myself or Liz. Now, I was not told that there was a reason it was shortened. I wasn't told about that. So you said it was the wrong article or it was
No,
shorter?
It was the right article, but they had changed some of it. Some of the more thought-provoking, I guess you would say, parts of that article were not even in there.
Okay.
So I guess I would like to know.
Sorry, article?
I would like to
So there
know.
might have been a gap with, last month and then going into this month with new members. I never saw it.
All right, Stu, I'll find out for you. This is news to me. Usually if there's an issue with an article, we would relate it to each other so I can relate to you guys.
Yeah,
As
that's
far as I
what I
know, the
thought.
article was fine. I'll look into that for you, Stu. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, thank you. But that's all I've got.
Suggestion on that article? By the way, my name's Dory Moy.
Thank you. Hey, Dory.
Suggestions on your article. I've been on dog park many, many years. I just want to say, how many are they allowed on your committee? What's the number?
Well, right now it's 3.
That's max?
That's right now is the 3.
What?
Five is the max.
Five's the max.
But we have 3
You
at
have
the
three.
moment. Yeah, we have 3 at the
Yeah,
moment.
so I was thinking, first of all, I just want to tell you, contrary to what anybody thinks, having a dog park committee is extremely important. You are the oversight of the committee, and the people that work with you are very, very important too. So if you can get it to 5, I think it's really, it's great because it's oversight plus the fact you're the contact people. You're the ones that are there, out there, and people are gonna talk to you. If they know when you're in the committee, they're gonna complain to you, they're gonna tell you about aggressive dogs and this and that. You are the oversight. Extremely important to have a dog park committee, number 1. Number 2, I think an article, I don't know if you have anything going. My suggestion for your next month is get somebody out there and take pictures of somehow the park with the lights, the new lights and so on and so forth. And maybe incorporate into that article that you still have 2 positions, 2 spaces open, that if somebody would like to join. And then tell them how often you meet, because you said you only meet every other month, and that's great. Because sometimes you can get, I'm not gonna say people that would want to donate, but you can figure out ways to, I don't know if if you're able to fundraise or not, but I think it's important. And so the other thing is that and perhaps in that article, hey, the lights are on, add your October idea, what do you call it, the dog? Dog Barktober, put all that in there.
Yeah.
And again, you're creating sort of an excitement for something new. And again, it's I think, first solar. And then I would really put that out there. It's your first solar in celebration. And it's amazing. I think it's the perfect lighting for that. It's kind of that ambient light. It's not like soccer ball lights, you're kicking soccer. It's just perfect for dogs. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And I just think that it's something you all ought to be proud of. And as a committee, I think you ought to be proud of it. And I think you should just shout it from the rooftops and let everybody know and tell them to, drive by and see. I don't know if you're going to increase your hours for summer, if you have, fall or.
It should
how
be
you're-
following sunrise, sundown,
Okay.
was originally, until the lights came in, but now,
You could increase that, and that might be another way to get that blast out there.
I know
for-
we had talked about that months before the lights came in, that we were going to do that. Once the lights were in, we wanted to extend it to,
10 o'clock, because the
Yeah.
other park's open till 10.
10 o'clock.
People will be
was that something you could
absolutely,
do, right? To.
so excited.
Okay.
That people are going to be thrilled, because
Yeah.
it's so hot in the summer to be able to get
Completely.
out there later in the day.
Yeah.
Those lights aren't hot, they're just perfect. So, you know, again, I just want to thank you guys for stepping up to the plate and doing what you're doing, because it's a very, very important committee. And you don't always hear it, but it's true, right, Danny?
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sue, did you hear those suggestions about the articles? Sue's usually the one that writes them, so.
Yes, I did. I'm not back until October, so that would have to go into somebody else's hands
Okay.
to take
good.
pictures. And it would just, somebody needs to be there to do that.
Yeah, I'm happy to take pictures and get them to whoever needs them. As far as the additional members, I know we had spoke about that.
We can discuss that.
Yeah, and we can discuss it, because I personally know people that would love to be on it.
And I agree with everything Dory said, and all of that coming from you, I just want to say, that you're chair of special events, right? So that adds even more value to what you're saying as what the dog park should be doing, so thank you for all of that.
It's very important. I like the fact that you actually had that, I know that was a little struggle, get your pop-up event or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
yep.
Again, this is, it's all about, we have our cornerstones, and what in community, it's community. That was the number one reason people, thought that a dog park was so important.
Yeah.
It's another arena to meet your neighbors, and and it's just a great location, and it's just fabulous. So, I think but I'd get the word out, what your plans are, what the projects are, extending the hours, everything. I put it into an article, and I think
Yeah.
people will be very excited about that.
I agree.
I personally, as an individual board member, only speaking for myself, support 5 on this committee.
Okay,
I am only one of 7 voices, so
fair enough.
I am definitely interested in, if you get more people, to presenting them and asking for action on that.
Cool. Yeah. Is that something that we have to make a recommendation or?
Everything has to be a recommendation.
Okay,
Because we
Sounds
want to
good.
make sure it's on record.
Yeah.
And that the committee agrees, we pass it.
okay.
Now that you're chair, we can discuss why maybe some things didn't happen the way they did, and we can discuss that like separately, but.
Yeah.
Or openly, either way, but, definitely more people, I agree. There
Yeah.
should be the maximum, I think for all committees, there should be the maximum number of people, because then you're getting more input and more diversity of community.
Completely.
I agree.
Because there are people that go every single day to that park. And are really, and I've made friends there, and there's just so many good people that go to that park that could have a lot of insight on a committee like this.
But it would be really funny if on your pictures, if you had before and after. Before, the lights were this.
That'd be funny, yeah.
And then after, it's that, because I'll never forget going up there that one time and seeing, I think there was either one flashlight or one phone, or everyone's running around with their phones.
Yeah.
And so I think now it's just
Especially in
amazing.
the winter months when it's, dark at 6 o'clock and
Yeah.
you get home at 5 and now you gotta take your dog to the dog park. And you're running around with your flashlight.
So that's awesome.
Cool. Anything else, Sue?
No, I'm good.
All right.
For the maintenance, so the cameras are up now.
Yes.
So we had some issues with the cameras going off and on. The cameras
That
are,
includes the additional camera we put in?
yes, remember the lightning? That was one issue we had.
Okay.
We did install, once we installed the lights, there was some issue with one of the poles. Took out one of the cameras, it's up and running. It was, they fixed it today. What else? So I would just speak, it happens. Jose that was sitting next to here, he is working on getting that software for the vaccine. So we're talking about the technology.
yeah.
So we're working on that right now.
Okay.
He was looking at some software, but it's mostly like practice management, but he's looking for something that would be more for like easier to use. So we can like look up vaccine records on the fly. So previous meetings, I talked about how the bandwidth was kind of choppy for the video.
Yeah.
It's been improved, but tomorrow he's installing another, it is installing a newer circuit tomorrow. So it's gonna add like the VPN router. It's gonna make it even more faster when I go back to check the videos.
Okay, it is clear enough now.
Oh,
You can just
yes.
see,
Well,
before that was the issue.
oh, yeah.
I can't even, this is a white dog, I can't tell what white dog.
Exactly. But even better, yesterday, actually, was it yesterday? Today, when they trimmed it, so the trees are trimmed. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but now some of my cameras are now, I don't have a branch doing this. Oh,
Excellent.
no, I have,
Even
yeah,
better.
I was like, okay, I think I see a dog. Oh, I can see it. I can see where you guys are sitting. It's, oh,
Perfect.
so yeah. We'll give you a heads up. Yeah, so that's what's going on with the technology stuff with the cameras, not, so.
And we got no report of
No,
the dog fight
so-
recently.
whatever, no.
Okay.
So I think this is my recommendation. We might need to come up, and Sue, you can tell me yay or nay, but I think something, we might have to write an article about, incident reports. 'Cause I think people
Wait, what-
forget how to do it.
Ed,
Sue, can you hear me?
Yes, say it again.
So, Taylor asked me about incident reports. So I guess there was an incident report that you overheard about. Did you see it or you just
I was
overheard?
not there.
Okay. So Taylor asked me, did I receive anything regarding that attack? And I guess it was a big attack that some of the owners needed stitches. I have not received anything. There's no date, no time, so I don't even know what I'm looking for. So I think for the future, I think we need to make an article about how to, if something happens, this is how you report it. Because I think a lot of us don't know how to do that. I know that I did have a report right before we started doing the QR code. They didn't know what to do. And I let them know over the phone, this is how we handle it. I think that's something we maybe in the future have like an article about. This is what you do when your dog attacks or you get attacked by a dog or your dog gets attacked by a dog.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
make it a little bit easier for people to understand what to do.
Yeah, I kind of got that. I got a list of things to write, and that is one of them is understanding, first of all, before it ever happened, the dog's body language. And a lot of people don't understand that. So yeah, that would be a good article, and that would be really important in that dog park, that's for sure. Because a lot of people, they get blindsided as a problem and then they handle it wrong. So every person that goes in that dog park should have a plan of what if. Because then they're gonna probably act a lot more appropriately than doing all the wrong things. So,
I
yeah,
agree. And,
I try to argue on that.
they have the right to handle it personally, and I guess that's what they did. But at the end of the day, it's the safety of everyone else that's even there, that's involved in it, that it should just be reported. If sometimes it's nobody's fault, they're dogs. We understand that, but it still should be on record. I think that's what people think you're like telling on the person, I think, and that's their feeling. And the QR code is there and it works, but not everyone's gonna do that. They just want to handle it themselves. But when it's to the point where we're going to the doctors for stitches, I think that needs to at least be on record.
Yes.
It
Paper
needs to
trail.
be on record because it will help stop the violence to begin with.
Yeah,
People just start talking and it gets all blown out. So it needs to be on record what actually happened.
yeah. And we have the ability to use the Facebook group as well
Mhm.
for that sort of thing. Correct?
Yeah, well, I would say, since we're all residents, I would not like blast, a certain resident, say, hey, so-and-so.
No, I just mean like a general,
Yeah.
post about,
Mhm.
hey, just a reminder, the QR codes are functional in the
Exactly, yeah.
park, and if there's an incident, use them to please report,
Yeah,
what happened.
exactly. I just think that's something that I'm always having questions about how to report. So, and if anyone's listening or will be listening, there's two ways you can report. You can, if a dog bites you or your dog bites someone, you can report it at town hall. You can come to the front desk, ask for an incident report. What I look for is the time. If you don't really know the exact time, please let me know the date. That would be really, really helpful because I'm the one that's gonna be looking through the cameras. You can come to the town hall, get the application for the incident report, or at each dog park, the small and the large, where we keep the little bulletin boards, there's a QR code there too. So that there's two options you can do, or you can call town hall and I'll just let you know, hey, please, come to town hall and I will either give you an incident report and we can talk about it, or I can email it to you.
I think you could have Liz or Amber shoot out a communication,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
would be great.
Yeah, it's just a general one. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I'm not looking to blast anybody, but
No, but let's
let's
just,
just, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Just so they know it's there and it's for their benefit to do so. All right. I think that's it. Anything else, from?
Anybody wants to make any comments?
Does your access, still record who, so when you have, if you have an incident, you swipe, you go in, and there's only 2 people in there. So you know who the people are if there's an incident. So it still records that, right? I mean, it still
Yeah,
generates that information, correct?
yeah, yes, it does. Hey, Paul?
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Paul.
Thanks
Paul,
for,
how you
I
doing?
just wanted, it was an interesting meeting. I just wanted to point out as a regular small dog side user, most of us would think agility equipment would be very important for our dogs. Most of the dogs aren't small. I mean, by normal standards, they're between 20, 35 pounds. There's quite a few of those out there, and they're of the breeds that would enjoy agility equipment, at least in the afternoon. I don't know what goes in the morning because I don't. Thanks for the chance to talk, and you had a good meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
To what you were just saying about the cards coming in, it does record when we come in, but it doesn't record when we leave. That'd be the only thing.
Well, so let's say.
Because of the push to exit.
Exactly.
So I could go in at one o'clock and then another person could come in at 1:30 and then another person could come in at 2 and then there's a dog fight, but I'm still there, but I wasn't involved in the dog fight.
Right.
So that's hard to say because you could be hanging out there for hours or you could be there for 20 minutes. So,
That's a question for Jose.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why when I asked for as much detail as you can. Tell me what the person was wearing, if it's a female, male,
Yeah,
whatever,
if you know a
whatever.
person, we need the name of the person, not the name of the dog, and that's what we usually get.
Exactly. So a lot of times, we're all residents, no one wants a tattletale, but
Yeah.
the thing is when you file a report and you want me to look into it, I'm not gonna say it was so-and-so, but even though they will know it was so-and-so, but if you want me to look into it, I have to have as much information because I have to look at it as, I might know this person, but I can't, I gotta be neutral. So I gotta get as much information.
Process of elimination.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
But again, it's really important also because of the, it's a county code that ordinance that, dog bites and you're responsible for those doctor bills and so on and so forth. I'm not sure everybody knows that either, but the fact is that, if it has to be a recurring aggressive dog, that dog needs a timeout
Yeah.
for a couple weeks or months, and the owner needs to know if in fact there are people that actually know they have an aggressive dog.
Sure.
So they could either go when there's no dogs there, or so that's for the protection of, liability and protection for the community. So I think it's a good thing. So.
Definitely. And you have those owners. I know people that, my dog doesn't get along with other dogs. So I go at 1 o'clock in the afternoon when no one's there
Right.
and run my dog and then we leave, and if
That's
anyone shows up. And that's perfectly fine. It's, it's the repeats. And the thing with the reporting as well that I look at is the corrective action to it may not be, let's ban this dog. It may be, well, let's recommend training or something like that. Let's recommend a behavioral test of your dog and see, is it aggressive or is it reactive? Are you bringing in a ball from home every time? And then that ball is falling on the ground and another dog's going for it? Well, that's not an aggressive dog. It's a reactive dog. And so that doesn't mean it's a bad dog. Just stop bringing the ball. And your problem's pretty much solved. Yeah. So things like that.
And that's excellent. And that's why you need a committee and you guys need to be on this committee because this is so beneficial.
Yeah.
This is great. I'm really glad to hear this.
Paul, did you want to say something? I see your hands up again.
Sorry, it was up from before.
Oh, no, okay, no, you're good, you're good.
All right, well, then I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second it. I second.
You second it?
Second, all in favor?
Everything fine?
Okay, sounds good.
All righty, guys, good job. Thank you, Sue. Thank you,
Yeah,
Paul.
Buddy. Thank you.